Hello guys, I am the Priceless Bet, and I'm here today as a fan to talk about Rooster Teeth's hit show, RWBY. This is something I've been meaning to do after Volume 6 ended earlier in the year, but I wanted to wait some time for it to settle down and I can digest it before I can tackle this thing head on. So I just decided to talk about, or rant if you will, about what I feel about the show. I'm sure people without a doubt have already said what I'm gonna say, but I just want to throw in my 2 cents and see how people feel. Overall, the show is very successful and have been following the series since the Red trailer back in 2012. Wow, it's been that long. I will admit, the story has had a bumpy road time to time following Volume 4. Not to say that the first 3 volumes were perfect, no, those had their own issues, trust me. And I'm not saying the story Volume 4 and onwards has hit a rock bottom level of bad, but following up after Volume 3 felt a bit empty and or even rushed at times. Not to say that the new directors have been doing a horrible job, not at all. Carrie and Miles have been doing an amazing job keeping the series going and picking up where Monty left off after his unfortunate passing in 2015. Story-wise, it's an uphill battle following up after... Yeah. However, from what Volume 6 has presented us so far, the show seems to be bouncing back and in my opinion outperforms its last 2 volumes despite its questionable topics nearing the end of the volume. Yes, I lie on that side of the fanbase regarding this issue. I'm looking at you, Bumblebee, but more on that at a later date. I would say that the pacing of the first 3 volumes was definitely better than Volumes 4 and 5, as there were an overarching plot points being built up in Volumes 1 and 2, and eventually culminating in Volume 3, whereas in Volumes 4, 5, and 6, their plot points are more segmented with a stop and go in between each volume, which ruins the flow. Another difference between them that separates these volumes are the locations. In the first 3 volumes, we have the various places of Vale, ranging from the streets, the docks, interstates, and Junior's Club. And that's just in Vale. We still got the places in Beacon, the Emerald Forest, the Underground Railway, the Ruined City, and even the main setting of Volume 3 has the arena with interchangeable terrains. Only one that I found dull was the arena in the final round, but I won't complain too much about it because we only see it once. One of my favorite fights takes place in it, from the choreography, music, and the aftermath. It really was the beginning of the end. Meanwhile, in Volumes 4, 5, and 6, less so in 6 and more so in 4 and 5, the amount of settings are far more limited and lackluster than in the previous volumes. In Volume 4, we were introduced to the abandoned town, more abandoned towns, Weiss's mansion, menagerie, and nearing the end we get a small glimpse of the city of Mistral. In Volume 5, it finally introduced us to the city of Mistral, and by that I mean a few images, Haven Academy, to which we only see the lobby, the vault down below, and the outside, and finally Volume 6 introduced to us the train station, the abandoned mansion, and the catacombs, and finally Argus, which already showed to be much more livelier than the city of Mistral. I know that Monty had up to 9 volumes planned out, so I don't know if Miles and Carrie are trying to wrap up the story in that time frame, which would explain a lot, or if they plan to continue past Volume 9. Either way, despite the show's ups and downs, I'm still looking forward to Volume 7 and what it has to bring to the table. That's all I wanted to say for this video. I know it's short and there are plenty of other things I wanted to say, but I'm still figuring out how to go about things when recording these videos for YouTube. If there are any tips or recommendations, please feel free to let me know. Thanks for watching and take care.